Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the video that I have been teasing for a few days. It's about bait pop. Now, like I said, I was contacted by the guy and he wanted me to give it a shot, and I was going to give it an honest shot, and I'm going to bring you up to date on a little something. I don't do sponsorship deals. Now I do help promote the products that I use, like for example Summit Fishing Equipment. I love their mount, so I send you there. I get nothing from them. CHADDYBOYS.com, what little bit I did get, I give as gifts by using the GG722 code. You get something back. That goes to y'all. I get nothing. So when I decide to talk about a product, it's through my own free will. I have nothing holding me back. Now, I won't say this. I will say this. If somebody wants to write me a large check, I'll promote it all day long. I mean, if they want me to promote orange buoys, I'll tell you, this best orange buoys on the market. I will do it. And if you see me promoting something very hard, you'll know I got paid, baby. But ain't nobody wants to pay. Everybody wants to get pro staff deals and things like that, and a 15% discount for the amount of work you put in is just not worth it. So when you see me make or talk about a product, you can rest assured that I believe in it. Now, one of the things that we have been talking about over the last few weeks is visibility of weights and glass, so many things. This is a 32nd ounce jig, little hair jig. And we've talked about lead, steel, glass, and things like that. But how do you make your bait more? So he approached me, says, I figured out a formula. He's a pharmacist. He used to own the company Fish Formula, which started the kind of the fish attractant craze back in the late 70s, early 80s. So he comes out and he sends me some tubes to try out. And I told him, I said, he's a very good Christian guy. He said, just give your honest opinion. And that's what I'm going to do. It comes in a chapstick style. Matter of fact, it is a chapstick style applicator. You squeeze it out, looks just like a chapstick. It's not a roller, but it's just kind of got the angle. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. And it's a paste, more of a paste. It's kind of a bluish, glittery paste, maybe a blue-green aqua paste that goes on your baits. What I have seen is that it stays on for a good while. Now, just like any bait, any scent, it's going to wear off. But I have been putting it on my line and on the bait, just above the line, all the way to about where the weight's at, where I can see it good, and then putting it on the bait. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop it down and let you see before, let you see afterwards. I'm going to do my best to have a good, fair test. There's no, and let me just preface that, there's no perfect test. I try, guys, to put out the best test possible. I do believe the product works. I do believe it amplifies the return. But let's be realistic. Take a 32nd ounce jig and it makes it more like a 1/4 ounce jig. It's not going to make it look like a basketball, but it does enlarge the returns. It does help things show up, and it has the great Fish Formula scent and attractant in it. It's the best of both worlds. I think it's a great product, but let's take a look at the video and you tell me what you think. So let's get into it right now. All right, first we're going to drop it down. We're going to go through amber, moss, and blue color palettes. We're dropping it down. This has no bait pop on it. Still very visible. I don't have a real big problem. It's got a weight above it. We put the 1/32 ounce jig below a steel weight. My normal setup. And so it's about 5 or 6 foot out now. You still see the bait. You can see it. I try real hard to keep it in the cone to make sure this is a very, very fair test. It's my normal settings. If you don't know those, you can look back at some of my other videos. Moss, as you can definitely tell, a little bit brighter. That's always going to be the case. You know, moss is going to have that good bright return. It's good for sunshine. We already know that. You can see the weight and the 32nd ounce jig really good. I'm going to move it to about 20 foot here, and yep, still a great return. You know, pretty decent size there. I don't have any problem with it without. Now I want you to notice as these fish come around, this is something else I want you to notice. Although they're small fish, I just want you to notice that you know, very few of them actually take a look at the bait. There's one that's kind of swam above right there, but notice the return. You can still see it. It's a small return. What I would expect from a 1/32 ounce jig, and the steel weight above it. But we're going to stop it, and all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I apply it. Now, it's still got it on here. I've been fishing with this for a good while today, 20-30 minutes now. But what I do is I take it out, and it's got the little applicator, and you just take and you squeeze some out of there like that, and just dab it on. Very simple, very easy. And then what I've been doing is I've been taking and just kind of putting, almost like chumming the water. And I got the little portion of my line coated there. Right, I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Yeah, you can see it really well. See how I got it coated? And it stays on. I mean, it's not coming off there. You know, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it stays on pretty well. And then I just drop it down. And the proof to me is in the pudding. You can see before and after. You can see the line. Now, understand, we're talking about a 32nd ounce jig. We're not talking about it's going to look like a football, but it's going to allow you to see. I personally thinking about double the return. If that's maybe a little conservative, but I think that'd be the best way to describe it and be fair and honest, is about double the return. I think it does a great job. So, guys, you know, with all the things we've got going here with the videos and everything, let me know your opinion in below, and if you'd like to buy it, let me know and I'll get you contact with the guys. I don't have anything to do with it. I don't get any money off of it. It's just something, a product that I knew you'd be interested in seeing and purchasing, and I think it helps guys, and we're all crazy about Livescope. So, you know, that's the best way. You know, the best way to do it is to put the proof out there, put the videos out there, and that's what I try to do. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Ring the bell. All right, now we're putting the bait pop on, and we're going to drop it down. We're going to do two separate tests here. I'm going to drop it down with it just on the actual jig. Now, I think, this is just me personally, I'm seeing a double return. You know, it's a 32nd ounce jig, but I'm actually seeing it looks like a 1/4 to a 1/2 ounce jig. Now, I know somebody's going to, and this comes out every single time I do a test. Well, then drop a 1/4 ounce jig, drop a 1/2 ounce jig. My Lord, the test, this is already going to be 15 minutes long. The test would be unreal. But what I see is a stronger return. And when I say stronger, I can see that red in the interior of it, and you see more of a glistening. That 32nd ounce jig is bigger than the 1/4 ounce steel sinker above it. So it's got a great return. You see it right there with your own eyes. And I switch it over to moss and then amber, just to kind of make sure that we have a good baseline testing for it. It definitely has a strong return, but what you do is when you see it in moss right here, now you can really definitely see that glistening, that bright return. So what I'm seeing is, you know, definite strong returns, probably 50 to 75% larger returns than normal. I won't say double, but it's definitely larger. So that's a great thing. And then we're going to switch it over to amber here in just a few seconds, and you'll see, remember, amber, it was very, very dim. And it's not as dim here. You can see amber has to me, it has a great return. I could use amber even in bright sunshine. You see that, look at it. It's got a glisten, it's got a good pop to it. In my opinion, no doubt, bait pop is definitely definitely awesome. So what I've done now is I'm going to pull it up, and I dropped it down. I put some on the line between the weight and the bait, and I just kind of put a few little dabs, and I wanted to test, more than anything, I wanted to test to see if it would hold to the line. But you can definitely look between the baits, and you'll see small little dots, and that is where I actually dotted up the line with the bait pop. Now you can see it. It's right above the bait, in between the weight and the bait. You can see where I dotted the line up. Now another thing, what I'm trying to see here is, and you can definitely see it in the blue here, you'll see the little spots right above the bait. I'm trying to see how well it holds onto the line. Look at there, look right above the bait, you can see it on the line. That's really something that can really help guys who don't like to use a weight. So you got definitely stronger returns. It will hold on the bait wonderful, but I will say it doesn't hold on the line as long as it does on the bait. And I would say that to be expected, but I wanted to be able to tell you guys exactly all my findings, and we're gonna do a lot more testing from now on. All right, guys, there you have it. I dropped it down first. No bait pop on it at all. None on the line, all the way to the weight. I let you see it. I did it in 2 or 3 different colors, modes, and then I put the bait pop on it, and I applied it generously. I want you to know that I did apply it generously. I feel like I want to put as much on there as I can. It's got a great scent, it's got a great color, great glitter. So I'm going to put a lid. I'm going to put it on there and go on there pretty hard. So you tell me in the comments what you think below, because this is my opinion. I don't get paid for anything. He did send me some tubes, but he gave me no money. So I'm going to be honest and tell you a good truth and a good review, and you tell me what you think. I'm telling you right now, I believe it works. I've seen the amplification. I'm seeing the line show up better in the areas that I mark it. And one thing I'm doing is I'm seeing fish react to the bait and react to coming up to it and really taking a look at it. We're in a big lake turnover. Every lake we got is turning over right now in Louisiana. We're finna have that fall transition. Fishing can be really tough, but it's definitely making the fish act a certain way. So let's take a look at it, or take a look at the video that you just seen before, and tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm excited about this product, and I will, in the video at the beginning, you're going to see how to get in contact with them to get some stuff ordered. There's some places it's starting to get out now. Be patient with them. I don't believe they thought it was going to be this popular, but it is very popular, and it's very, very awesome. Get yourself a couple tubes, give them a shot. Tell them the guru sent you, baby. All right, listen. Hey, ring the bell.